Here we go. Hey, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. It's called The Godkiller. It's Friday. Start of my weekend. I got lightness about that. I got lightness. Levity. So, yeah, I'm going to demo in a sec. This might be a pattern I follow for a bit. Using the weekdays to do level creation, using the weekends to code. Because things have shifted now. The amount of programming tasks I've got left is a lot smaller. There's something about level creation. The amount of time it takes is not long. It's almost perfect to do one level, one day, one weekday. Some of them take longer. The one I'm working on is taking longer because it's more complex. But yeah, anyways, demos. I want to get to demos fast at the start of each stream. I don't want to pretend everyone's enthralled with every stupid word coming out of my big stupid head. I know it's hard to see this wonderful haircut and not be jealous too, so it'd be better if I just switch over to this other view where my beautiful hair is a little less prominent. And then I'll demo what I got. Let's see, what I had to do a forced upgrade. I say it forced because there was a problem that wouldn't go away until I would upgrade Unity. So I'm a little paranoid about something not working right. Okay. So here's what we got. It's the start of a remake of a level that I kind of made this twice before. There was a level called Paradise, and it had within it a whole bunch of story stuff, and also an arena area where you would fight this cowardly guy named Billy with God, the character God, insisting that you be especially brutal with Billy. And then that level got corrupted. I built it again from scratch, and then towards the end of building it out, I thought, this would work a lot better if I split out the arena into its own level, get a little more focus, and also put some proper puzzle-driven levels in between the two, so it's not such a glut of story all in one place. Better to spread the story out a little bit. People's attention spans tend to go that way. So this is a story level. Hey, spoilers, by the way. Spoilers. If you want to play the game with the virgin experience, just don't watch this stream, I guess. Okay, so imagine this. You come onto the level, and you'll see this guy down here, Billy. He'll be talking to another character I'll add in probably in this session, called God, which is a pair of big floating hands. They're having a conversation. There are no cutscenes in this friggin' game. I hate cutscenes. So that means that while you're busy doing stuff in the level, the dialogue occurs. But I wanted there to be some time for a small conversation, about 20 seconds in length, to finish out between Billy and God. So by the time you get here and your actions start affecting the dialogue in interactive ways, at least that preamble of a conversation will have been completed. So if you fling, usually it lets you get past things really quick. Let me see if I can get back to a spot where it's safe to fling. Okay, what is flinging? Flinging is I hold down the shift key and I pick a direction and I instantly move all the way in that direction until I find an obstacle. And it does not matter how far away that obstacle is, it will still be instant. So that's what flinging does. If I were to allow the player to fling all the way to this point over here, it would be there in about 3 seconds. Done. Like that. Okay? So to prevent that, I've got these ditches to the side of this twisty road. So you go ahead and you fling north, you're impatient, you want to get past all this stuff. You're down in the ditch. What? Down the ditch? Down there? How? What am I? Now you can fling as much as you want, but you're not getting any closer to the place that you were trying to get to. So it'll make you go all the way back to the beginning, and you can start again. At this point, probably the conversation's halfway through. If you fling again, any place in this twisty road, you'll end up down in the ditch. So you have to walk through, and I timed it. If you go through it optimally, about 20 seconds. Most people will be a little less optimal. They'll be like, huh, what's over here? Huh, what's that? Okay. But if you went through it optimally, about 20 seconds. So that gives me my talk time for the preamble conversation. Then you arrive here, and you're in the arena. God will pester you through dialogue to push Billy. Billy's like, no, leave me alone. Now, once you push Billy, he just runs away from you. Okay. And the nature of this world is that you won't be able to catch him unless he goes to a dead end. This is something people miss. So right now, Billy is running from me, but he's paused. As soon as I make a step, Billy will move right after. But so fast that it seems like the two things are one event. So I moved west, and Billy immediately moved east. He's paused again, but he's still in that state of running away from me. So it's like time is being paused. You could just say it's turn-based, but there's no submit your turn type of a UI. It's just you issue your command by pressing the arrow key and the world updates. So you might think, oh, I got him cornered now. But if you go this way, he just goes west. If you go this way, he goes east. If you go south, he's going to go north. It's impossible to corner him unless there is a dead end for him to run down. The behavior for him evading you is not predictable for someone who's a new player, which is going to be whoever's playing this level for the first time. It's a goal to get him to go down this passageway here, because that's where the dead end is. Now he's running away. There can be some dialogue like, oh no, leave me alone, that kind of thing. Then, oh, that's interesting. I just realized it's possible to fling over the top of him and move him the other way. I'll do that just to test this a little bit. Okay, now he's going back out. So, Evasive Bits was on the session with me last night. The chat history there has got his previous comments, and we talked it through a little bit. He convinced me, I think, that I want to not ask the player to try to do all the tricky stuff that's needed to get Billy to go through the dead end. What we can do instead is have something that's a little more hard-coded. Where after a bit he will just on his own go for the exit there. See, even me who wrote this game is having trouble getting him to go where he's supposed to go. even after I added some walls to make it easier. It's not real intuitive. There is some logic to it that you can exploit, and there may be some puzzles later on with fleeing characters and getting them to go the way you want. But it's definitely not a beginner puzzle. And it's asking a new player too much to figure out how it works. So I know, for example, that if I get on the same row as him, he won't go north or south until he reaches an impasse. I also know that there's things you can do to shepherd him, like if your north-south distance is smaller than your west-east distance, he's going to go, I forget which way it is, either he's going to favor north-south or west-east. So he'll favor one of the two based on your distance. But this stuff is like, I can't even explain it very well, even though I understand it. I can't explain it, so it's not intuitive. So I think just hard coding him to come down here is the way to go. So when he gets down here, he's going to be pleading, don't push me, don't push me. You go ahead and do it anyways. There's some story around that. Em is quite remorseful about it and confused. She didn't realize she was going to kill him. He was just going to explode to bits. All right. That's a demo. I'm going to keep going on this level for this session. And I know that scripting often takes a fair amount of time, so I'm not going to commit, at least this early, to doing both the other finalizations to the level and the scripting. Scripting, it might take another session. When I say scripting, I mean like the level-specific code that directs the actions of creatures inside of it. All right. It's going to be a fair amount of work to get this level just to the aesthetic standards that I'd like it to achieve. Feel a little more pressure on story levels to make them look good. Take that out. So I had an idea right before I started this session. A thing I could do that wouldn't be too hard. Take this out. I could put a door in front of this. And you won't be able to chase Billy down it until you open that door. By the way, it looks like I gave up an opportunity to be symmetrical here. Let me see if I can fix that. If you see a chance to be symmetrical, you should take it. Ask people with lopsided faces. Okay. So if there was a door there, where would be a good place to put the blocks that allow you to destroy that door? What I'm thinking is I can make 2 sets of them. They can both spell the same word. One in here and one in here. And that, by the way, would force teach a different concept, which is you have to destroy all formations that spell a word on a door in order for that door to open. Okay, what do I want to call this? I could be ironic. I could call it safe. And then it seems like, you know, Billy might want to go here because it says it's safe, but it's not safe. It's the opposite of safe for him. It's the way that he would actually get killed. I like that. I'm gonna go with that. Yes. Let's do safe plus 2 blocks of padding. That makes 6. So we'll go. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Up one more. In this level I've been playing with taking some unreachable surfaces and making them slanted. It's a nice little visual variety. Now if I ever have these surfaces be reachable, then it causes me problems, because then the player's ability to make sense of what height they're at is lost. Keeping a shallow angle like that is good. Let's go even up one more. And on the top, I'll add a little ceiling. Right, and then inside of here we'll make a door, and all my sentences will have the same cadence. And I'll just keep it talking like this, and I'll just at the end of every sentence raise my voice up a little bit in pitch, and no one will get annoyed by that, not even me. So I'm not going to put any block pads for these blocks. When they're gone, they're gone. It's something I usually don't do. But in this particular case, once you've destroyed the blocks, there's just, there's no alternate action that would be useful in the level. So we'll put 2 sets of them. I'm considering maybe, since they seem fairly unobtrusive, I might put one in the 3rd corner too. So although I pick letters that sort of match the theme, being pretty careful that there's never any puzzle that really requires you to understand English. So you could treat these symbolically and you would be fine. I could change these to Russian letters. It wouldn't make any difference. I could change them to like moons and stars and triangles, and it wouldn't make any difference for solving the puzzle. I'm going to leave them unlocalized because there's quite a few puzzles where if I were to translate to another language, I'd just have to find words that met the exact same logical properties as the previous words, meaning like there's puzzles where all 3 of the words that are used have to be a certain number of letters long and they have to share 1 letter between them. I promise it's not COVID. I promise. It's more I just have an itchy throat because of the abuse I put it through with smoke and alcohol. You try having a itchy, scratchy throat and talking at length without coughing. Okay, so this I'll take away. That will be closed. Did I get, are there, yeah, there's one there. Okay, there's one there. I could play test that, but I think, let me do a few more things to start making this real. Let's get some rails up there. A couple of pillars here would probably be good. Let's do that next. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about The bonus too. I can get the bonus in there. Let me do that before I get carried away with anything else. So I just left it over here. So bonuses, if you're new, every single level in the game has a bonus, and sometimes it's kind of like just a little secret off in the level someplace. Sometimes it's a substantial puzzle of its own to solve. Every single level has a bonus. If you finish the level and you didn't find a bonus, you just automatically know it's still waiting for you. Gotta go look for it. Is that okay? Cool. So my big sneaky thing here is using player psychology. I am predicting that anyone that falls in the ditch is going to be an impatient person. They got there by flinging instead of seeing what's up. So they're probably going to be flinging around down the ditches to get out of them. And that means they're likely to miss a bonus that I put midway through 2 corners. I think they'll fling right by it. Oop. Let me see what it looks like if I go up as high as I can. Okay. So maybe as you're walking by, you might see it there beneath. I think though the angle of the camera is like tilted a little bit this way. Let me double check that. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think you won't see it unless you're down there and you decide to walk through, and then you'll see it and you can get it. So it's not like a good puzzle, it's more just like hunt for the secrets type of a thing. Other levels, it's a proper puzzle. In the last level I made, the bonus was I put about twice as much work into making the bonus puzzle as just the level X, as the regular level exit puzzle. So the bonus puzzles sometimes are a big deal. Okay. So I could go with more pillars. This one's gonna need rails around it to force you to drop down. This will need rails, but I'm also using it as sort of like a developer shortcut. Let me start putting some rails down, because that'll... basically, I'm trying to do things I need to do first, that must be, that might influence the things that are more elective, that I might do for aesthetic reasons. Rail north and south. I never made a rail that's north, south, and east. That's not too hard though. All I gotta do is take this guy. And make this facing 3 be east. I don't know if I'm going to do this enough that it's worth making a prefab over it. Maybe I take this back. It does seem a little bit non-trivial if I think about it further. All right, let's get rid of this guy. Technically, it should have these corners to it. Okay, let's go remove that. It's northwest. I need what? Northeast? Southwest? Southeast? Yeah, there's southeast. Let's take rail northeast, which is between the two of these, they have the right mesh. I just need to kind of consolidate them in a good way. So I'll unpack them. Okay, maybe I will make a prefab. Rail north southeast. Let's take the parts from here and move them into the other. And get rid of this guy. Change this to be north, east, and south. Then let's get rid of a redundant piece. Okay. Then shorten this so it's matching the curve. Not too bad. Didn't I turn off the snap? Alright, we'll call that a prefab. I'm not going to worry to make the 3 other alternative versions of this. I'll wait until I actually need to. And then I can just copy that one, rotate it, do whatever. Okay, over here. I need some more rail. This is going to be rail north, south, down, west. Don't know why, but sometimes the one unit snap perfectly lets me add these little bits, and other times I gotta mess with them. It's not too bad though. Let's see, like, yeah, I just gotta turn that off and then sort of eyeball it. Alright. So that fixes that. Let me add rails over here. These will be easier. You know, I also kind of wonder if this isn't the right place to bring in like an extra decorative 3D model, like a giant statue of some sort. So I can picture things going on these, on the tops of these, just some magnificent gargoyle type of a thing. I might go asset store shopping at some point for that. Okay, so tops of those definitely look too plain. Let me finish this off with the rails though. I like this little curve here, but I don't know if it's gonna tile right with the rails that are gonna be needed to go down that way. So let's do that next. Okay, so this is rail east down north. It's not actually bad. It's a little weird, but it's not bad weird. In my life, I strive to be good weird and not bad weird, but I don't know how successful I am. When they check you into the mental institution, that's bad weird. If you see corpses around and blood on your hands, that's bad weird. If people are trying to move away from you when you're talking to them, that's bad weird. Just a few guidelines in case anybody's wondering if they're the wrong kind of weird. Okay, our corner. I think I need some R corners there. Don't know if that's going to look right though. Maybe the way to do it, just unpack it. Just take both these guys and rotate them a little different. Don't have to get it perfect because this is so tiny. It just has to look like somebody made an effort to connect them up. That's all it's got to be. Okay, that should do it. Good word. Okay, then there'll be some backgroundish stuff. I could pull out the cities again. Just gonna go to the asset store just for a little bit. Probably there's gonna be some that are just really kind of complicated. I don't even know. Is that the results of my search? Okay, here we go. Well, some of these aren't bad. Ooh, low poly. All right, let's take a quick look through what we got. All those tries. see what they're saying. I'm not familiar with this workflow to take something that's high poly and just reduce its number of tries. I'm sure there's kind of built-in features inside of modeling programs to do it. I'm not real familiar with that, so I don't know if I want to pull in something like that. Same with this. I think it's even the same author. Okay. This one, maybe. That's kind of neat. All right, I want to get too browsy. I want to stay focused on my goal here. You know, it might be the right decision to just sort of say, yeah, I want to replace this kind of not that great looking block with something more interesting later. Let's take a quick look at these dudes. They don't seem right for my purposes. This is another high poly thing. Looks really cool, but not for my purposes. Fantasy props pack. Now this I'll pay attention to, because maybe there's a number of things that are worth using here. Nope. No, like I might be able to reuse one of these guys. Also, it might just make more sense to ask Isak to make me some stuff, because Isak's got his own style. They use for the character models. We could also get away from cliches, like a gargoyle statue is always going to look a certain way. We don't have to have it be a statue of any normal fantasy creature. It could be something entirely different. A lot of the stuff I actually am just like I won't say like I'm impressed necessarily. I mean, I am and I'm not. It's like I'm looking at this and I'm not saying, wow, this is the best pot I've ever seen. No, it's just more like kind of thinking about the state of where we're at, where you can go to an asset store and you can grab a whole bunch of pretty good looking assets for $15. And this is competing with like a bunch of other stuff too. So like I could go look for cemeteries, I would find like 10 things at least. It's a good world to be in if you just want to cheaply put something together. I mean, the main character I found on the asset store right here. And before it's over, I think I'll ask Isak to customize it just a little bit so that if somebody buys this exact low poly character for $5 from the asset store, that you know, it'll not look exactly the same as mine. But yeah, pretty awesome economic situation to be in, where you can go for $5 get some character model that looks exactly like what you want. See, I'm a good citizen. I leave my review. Isak Adivas, awesome guy. If you want character models, contact him. He does good work. He does what he says. He works with you. All right, enough of that. Enough shopping. So I do have a feeling like I want something here. But for now, I think I'll try to make something that looks kind of nice, so I don't have to have some nagging thing in my head that it needs to come back and be replaced. But there's a fair chance I'll end up. Let me do the scenic wall. There's a fair chance I'll end up getting some like statue type things and putting them in here. Okay. Alright, so then we do grid and snap settings. 0.1, let's do 0.2. Save a little time. Then take this and this. Just do the opposite of extrude. Intrude. I just inset it. Did that even work? I think it did. Don't see anything from this side. That's giving me pause. Okay, let's undo that. I don't think that worked. Yeah, it went on the wrong axis. Okay, so let's take that one. There we go. And I can leave the top alone. Yeah. All right, so let me figure out the materials on this. Let's do start out with all that, and the inside I'll make a different color. There we go. Take this guy, let's make a copy of it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking what I want on the other side of this. I could use the city stuff. I think, let me walk through it and just get a sense of where I can see a lot of this, the background, and where it needs to be filled in. Then I'll decide on my background strategy. Okay, I'm seeing my level bounds got adjusted. I see all this stuff seems to work correctly. Let's save that. Give it a shot. Try it out. Okay, so quite a bit of stuff over here. I'm going to walk through the level. Run this side, yeah, it extends a little bit. Definitely over here. Oops. Oh, this is a good point to check this part. Okay, there's a bug there. I can't walk into that space. Okay. Okay, from this view in the ditch, I'm not getting a good look at the extent that the background is visible. So let me get back up top. Alright, there's just a lot of space there. I'm pretty okay with the rails. Okay, I can read the word safe down there, which is nice. I can also see it from this vantage point down beneath me. So if I'm the player, I can be thinking along the lines of breaking up those blocks when I start seeing those two things together. Test out these rails and make sure the obstacles are set right. Okay, come on down here. Okay, very legible. Sometimes it matters. Okay. They go and they don't come back. What? It's still closed? Alright, let's go do another one. What? It's still closed? Okay, so that would be the point where I'd have some dialogue from Billy, like, I'm gonna go where it's safe, or something like that, you know. I need to get to a safe place. So Billy will run down there. But it's gonna be pretty hard without the scripting that forces him to go down there to actually go down there. To get him to go down there. Yeah. so I won't worry about that. Height map bugs. I kind of don't get it. So there was one height map bug over here. That might have to do with the slanted surface, because it might not be detecting that there's a ceiling right above this guy. Yeah, that might be a legit bug. Well, let me check it out. Heights diagnostic. Generate. I think I see it. I think I see it right here. But is there... Is there a ceiling on the other side? Let's see. Yeah, there's the ceiling right there. This L thing. Okay, where was the other place? Oh, it was over here by the bonus. Okay, so there's ceiling, or there's two floors in the right place. Is there a ceiling underneath? Yep, I see it. It's a little like the Matrix view of the green lines and everything going down. You just get used to parsing out these symbols. The world as it truly is. Okay, let's turn that off. I think there might be something too, like maybe one of the steps of my pre-processing has to run twice for it to work as intended. So I keep on getting this thing where I just run it again and it's fine. Like that. So I didn't do anything to level. I just ran it a second time and it worked. Okay. Also, let me check the other case, which is, yeah, if you just kind of fling through here real fast, you'll miss it. But it's actually, it's there though. Like you can see a little gap there, so it's not total bullshit. Look in every single place, extra careful, and then you'll find it. No, it's just slow down just a little bit, notice things a little bit, you'll find it. Okay, let me double check that this new type of rail works. Good. Okay. Good. Looks nice. I like the camera transition too, which I don't often have a lot of control over because the camera is automatically positioned based on where it can see you and where it wants to be. So there's an ideal position that it tries to be at. If it can't be there, it will do a couple of things. It'll change the angle to straight down, like it just did. Watch. Here's the aesthetic tilted angle, which sometimes shows more information and just looks better. And then there's the straight down angle, which has a better chance of showing some things. And then after that, it also picks for either the straight angle or the tilted angle, the highest height it can be at without some object getting in front of the camera and the top of the player's head. So it raycasts down to check for that. Okay, so here I'm checking out again the background just to get a sense of what do I want to fill that in with. And I kind of like the idea of I guess showing a distance down, like having it go down quite a bit here instead of the other thing that I like to do, which is to have exterior walls come up around everything. So particularly here, I can kind of picture a whole bunch of scenery type geometry just receding off into the distance. And I probably wouldn't have said that if I wasn't so in love with Manifold Garden. You have to worry about being distracting though. Yeah, well, I'll throw in the city buildings first. I'll put them tight up against the edges, and I'll just see what that looks like. Billy, it's not safe in there, by the way. It's hard to get him to go down there. Okay, I will need the scripting for that, but okay. Let me also make sure there's no escape points here where you can just hop over a wall or something. Good, I'm caught there. Okay, should be fine. This isn't bad. It's a pretty good design, I think. It's simple, on purpose. Okay. So, city. Yeah, I think, yeah, this one I'll just keep a little bit close in. feel obliged to show parts of this. Like, it bothers me they're up above the view where you could ever possibly see them. Let's move that down a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Okay, on this side, I know I've got a little more vantage point off in this direction. So the thing that I think I want to do there is show a little more depth and have a bunch of buildings kind of falling off in that direction. Not falling off, but their vertical placement would be like they're going down a hill or something. Risophone, what's been going on? It has been a little while, like a week or something like that. Mm-hmm. If I have it too close, I won't be able to do the thing I just described. So let's move it out a little bit. And we'll take another one. Move it this way. Oh, no. So it's like, let's see. So it's like 11 or something for you, I'm guessing. Yeah. I'm awesome. Alright, I'm doing good. My game is getting closer and closer to an alpha release with some play testers. Really looking forward to that. Gotta mess around with some Windows builds this weekend, but I've got like 11 levels now to give to the play testers. That'll be fun. So yeah, I'm getting excited, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't want this building to seem too repetitive. Let's pull in a different one. Oh, that's the same one. How's your like road simulator game going? see if I can simulate the view. I think it would be something like this. Actually, over here. Okay. So I will need yeah, age-old problem. Even for me. It's like I'm constantly biting up more than I can chew. Thankfully, I don't take too long to catch it, but yeah. Alright, I want to get some sense of how close this is to ideal, and then make further edits. Just thinking about the light blue panels. Dude, is that what I want to do with those giant blue panels? It's not bad. That was like maybe a little too many colors though. I will need a background floor. A few more tall buildings behind these two. Yeah, these guys need more behind them. Once I'm in here, I don't even know if I see the city at all. Let's check on that. That was a little bit, but no gaps that I can see. Okay, no gaps on that side. That's kind of nice. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, this is my baby. I say this is my baby, but it is almost like it is my baby. Meaning, like the same kind of nonsense that parents think about, like their kids going on and representing themselves and being like a part of them. That's kind of how I feel about creative projects. This is me. And the way the world is, nobody asks for you to make anything that represents you. They ask you to make things that represent them or their big ideas, right? So if there's some chance to make something that's you, it's a big deal. Alright, so what do I want to do for the ground? Let me just see how that looks. So probably the view is about kind of like that. There's still quite a bit over here to fill in. I can keep going this way, it'll look cool. Just keep going at that frustum angle and just make it trail off. It'll probably be good. Maybe even I should try to not use the ground. Okay, let me get this side over here. Conflicting. All right, still going to be a big gap over there, so let's fill that in. Let's do a run through. And just to make it go a little faster, I'll move M off to the problem spot. It's going to be tough to fill all that in. I don't feel like I'm suffering from polygon count yet, but so from here on it's fine. This corners, all this stuff up here. I could cheat a little and get some like fog type stuff down there. Other things I could do is just make a big dark set of border walls, and then what you see down there is some lights flashing off the tops of the ceilings of buildings, but it's dark. Can I actually see all this stuff I added? I don't know if I can. Oh. Camera clipping. It's not doing it in a way that makes sense to me either. So for example, this is getting clipped. This building here is not. Distance from camera doesn't seem to be affecting all these polygons down there. I thought I had like 500 meters or something. I shouldn't even be close to 500 meters. Is that a glitch? Stuff over here is not visible. Maybe it's some kind of culling. I don't know. It's weird. Even over here, this is not that far away, and it's chopping off the bottom. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. I do have like some pretty nice floor textures too. At least ones I like. Kind of the same idea. Just weirds me out that some of this stuff is just that guy there. Okay, I'm gonna move it a little bit. Alright, see, I can move it. If I bring it up. What's the reason? What is the reason for it chopping off? And about this guy here, conversely what's different about this guy? That he's just gonna go ahead and be visible. Oh, optical illusion. He's up higher than the rest. Okay, it's camera distance. It's got to be camera distance. Let me check that. So we say maybe on just this level I might have this stuff go out further. Okay, player cam. That might be a good idea. I haven't played with fog too much. That would probably be its own form of distraction, but it might be time to learn. I'm going to try this 1,000 meter new camera depth and just see what that does. Okay, that's more in line with what I expected. It was the camera depth. There is some limit to how far I want to place those objects down there for sure, though. Let me see what I'm capturing right now and like how much more I might want to do. Well, I haven't been too wasteful here. I don't see like a lot of game objects that are they're never going to be seen. The exception to that would be this cluster here. Let me do one thing. Since this view is so important, and I keep jumping back and forth between it. Let's see, I want to get the transform of the camera. Just copy that. And I don't have to use this hybrid view in play mode. I can just go set the camera where I want it to be. There it is. Okay. I can just flip back and forth between these two views. It's no big deal. These guys seem a little wasteful. I'll move them out over here. go. This side over here is not looking bad. Maybe move this guy down a little bit more. Okay. On this side over here, what can I do? I don't think this needs to be there. I think this can move off down here. It's starting to look okay. I think I might even be close to filling in the gaps, like without being a purist about it. I can throw one of the complicated back floor textures down underneath. A few gaps show through, no big deal. I could try for some kind of fog thing on the camera too. I don't know, it might look good. The other thing is, how do I get the game camera preview up here? I've had it there before. Then it disappears. I mean, I forget what causes that. See, okay, if I've got it there, okay, what if I lock this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, now I can do it faster. This is the way to go. This is the way to do it. I think now I might be hitting the 1,000 meter limit. Yeah, that's what's going on there. Okay, I won't try to go past the 1,000 meter limit. Much as I want to. Oops, wrong thing to do. 0, put that back. Okay. Need another inspector window. So I'm adding just a ton of game objects, but the thing is, it's such a low poly game compared to other things that people are going to expect to be able to run. So I don't think I'm anywhere close to my budget on it. I should probably get more rigorous about defining what the polygon budget's going to be. Camera angle will change a little bit. It's not going to be fixed here, so probably I need to fill this in a little more. I don't know, what if I just did this? What if I just took the lighting settings, set the background color to black. Why would it be blue? I just set it to black. Although the blue is kind of nice too. If I could just make it look like something. Let's go back to that. Yeah, why is it blue? What's this blue business? It's probably on the camera. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, so I just make it black. And so then there's a whole lot less pressure for me to fill in these guys and have it still look like something. Okay. get some stuff over here. Take a quick peek at that, see what that looks like. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's filled in pretty good. And it does give a good sense of scale. I don't think I overfilled it. It's got a just enough feel to me, I think. Let's look around for other weird spots. I think I will have to adjust the lighting on the level in general because there's all that darkness underneath. So it feels like the level ought to be, at least around the outsides of the arena, fairly dark. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's kind of funny. Here's all the stuff you play in, and then there's like all this stuff far flung, which is just there for background. Alright, let me think about this remaining stuff. Yeah, thanks, CB. I do feel like I want to bring in the fog on a different level, though. Alright, so let's start by setting the directional light really friggin' low. Maybe let's try 0 to start. What is that even like? Okay, that's not bad. I put like spotlights inside of here and everything. So the arena will be lit up proper. Do I want a little bit of directional light? Let's try it. a little so I can get the tops of the buildings outside. Yeah. Okay. Down inside of these ditches, I want all lit up one color so it kind of comes up at you. Let me play with that a little bit. Let me get rid of also these other lights. I'll start from nothing. I'll add in. Now it's super dark. Even to the point where it's hard to work. Okay, directional light comes back up for a little bit. Still hard to see what the hell's going on. Alright, let's make one that's just a work light so we can see what I'm doing. Oh shit, I gotta be on the lookout for delivered groceries. Ding dong, someone at my front door. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, false alarm, false alarm. See where my order's at. I should be a little more careful with showing personal info and stuff that gets streamed out. I'll stop looking at that. On my phone. Figure out where this order's at. Okay, so it might get here in a moment. All right, I'll keep working until I get interrupted. Oh, okay, so the ditch. Let's get some lighting down there. Kind of wonder what it looks like if I just point a spotlight straight up. Let's go with purple. Make the intensity stupid large just so I can figure out where the hell it is. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm way off. Where are you at? Where are you at? Light, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay. There we go. Gonna need snapping on the 0.5s so I can get in the middle of these narrow ditches. There we go. Actually, maybe it's better to have them point down. That way I can keep the light confined inside of there. Range, what if I got 5? Nope, 8. Got a lot of colors going on in this level. I think we've been better off to try to tighten my palette a bit, so I'm going to bring it back to blue. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I should have been doing from the beginning. Okay, let's get this angle wider. I won't need as many lights. I guess it's okay for it to spill out through here. I could turn on shadows, but that seems like maybe the wrong way to go. If I was doing baked lighting, it just wouldn't matter how complicated these got, other than making the bake time go up. But I cannot seem to get baked lighting to do anything for me. So at this point, I'm just considering why not just do everything real-time lighting. I really like the shadow effects with real-time lighting when there's dynamic stuff going on. I'm just lost with lighting, to be honest, as far as like getting it up to like a AAA sort of look. I wouldn't know how to do it. for the lighting, you're saying it just doesn't add much CPU or mess with your frame rate. It's just not much of a hit. Or are you saying with baking, you wouldn't bother with baking unless I did mobile or switch? Okay, now there I don't want it to bleed through. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just been such a colossal pain in the ass. I just don't want to mess with it. Okay, here it's bleeding through too much. Kind of wanted the arena to have its own sort of separate lighting feel, so I could switch to shadows over here, and that will reduce the amount of bleed. Oh, that's the big work light. Maybe I let it bleed. Let it bleed a little. Won't hurt anything that much. Okay. The only thing I can do is throw these big giant lights on top, which I like. Since I'm going super blue lit on this particular level. Did I get that right? I don't think so. No, I did not. Okay, let's go top down. Is that it? Okay, that's it. Alright, but now that I put those there, it's kind of, that's too much light. Let's bring that down. Um, 10, 1. Or do I even need that spotlight? I've got like this crazy bloom nonsense already. Alright, so let's do that one too. 10, 1. That feels like too much bloom. Oh, I remember why, because it was like you'd see it poking out at the side. Yeah, I'll try it out in a little bit. Okay. The other thing, it just feels a little plain over here. Let me decorate it better than where it's at. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to try to get this game onto mobile. It just it feels like it needs to be a full screen kind of game. I would make like a spin-off game before I went mobile. Okay, so those kind of parapets. I'll put some rows on top of those. I'll see what that looks like. It might be too busy. It might not go with the rest of the decor. We'll see. Get my variant up here. Oh, there's the doorbell. Okay, be right back. Food delivery. Food's good. I think these will work okay. It might look kind of nice over here too. Alright, let's put some over there. Taking a few extra pains on this level because it's a story level. And there's supposed to be dramatic things that happen right here. This is like the birth of a great feud happening inside of this arena. If there's ever two characters that get off on the wrong foot, it's M and Billy. I mean, she kills him within minutes after first meeting him. Like, that's the kind of thing you'd probably hold against someone if they killed you. Nah, it's different. It's different. So this world, the people, they're not humans. They're a new construction. And not all the same motivations apply to them. So you think about like what motivates people in this world. A lot of it has to do with reproduction. You know, we've got like little pleasure centers in our brains, and they're all sort of lined up to get us to make copies of ourselves, more or less. In this world, designed by God, He made different rules. And people have a biological reward to push blocks. So their whole society is built with these kinds of considerations. So the main motivations for Billy are kind of like prestige around pushing blocks and being an expert about blocks and things like that. It's not love and romance and sex and stuff like that. At least not it's not a main part of the story, and it would be hard to come by. It would be like somebody's a little bit weird to worry about that. Just like you might say someone's a little bit weird in our world if what they cared about was pushing blocks around. Give me the thing I'm clicking on. Thank you. Alright, I like that. That gives more symmetry. Lighting. It's still not quite all awesome. So another thing I could do, which would be a little more dramatic, is like, particularly since I'm committed to the real-time lighting at this point, it seems. I have a bunch of lights just turn on when you drop into the arena. Let me at least make the case where the lights are on, and then I'll think about maybe turning them off and on with level scripting. So, alright, so this is like, alright, so you'd hop down and suddenly like these lights would pop on. Should I make diegetic lighting? So I think I can put some blocks up here. Dispel wind, and they won't be visible. And that'll close the gate. So we'll do W. Let me see how crazy it gets. That's too crazy. Still too crazy. Probably one's good. Keep it white. That might be a nice way to turn the light on, is I'll just have it high up, and then with scripting it would come down. It would be a light with shadows too. Alright, I'll leave it there for now. It just feels a little dreary over here. I think it needs some more lighting. So let's play with that. is the kind of stuff that bugs me. What is it that makes this light up so much here and not light here? Okay, there it seems all right. All right. All right, let me take a look at it. I don't mind the crazy bloom. It looks sort of like I mean, try it. You might really enjoy pushing blocks around. Yeah, the idea is, you know, like you push that block and just like we get like a little bit of dopamine or something in our head, so do they. So you get real happy pushing blocks. Kind of like somebody in a gym with their endorphin rush. They never want to leave the gym. Yeah. Okay, this seems alright. I've now made the bonus location much more obvious. I'll take another look at that bonus location up top and see if it's too obvious. Lighting just looks wrong in conjunction with the buildings behind it. So I gotta add a little more light here at the start. Okay. Okay, let's go see if that bonus looks wrong. Or obvious, I should say. No, it's hidden real nice because of the camera angle. Cool. That's good. Okay, I'll go check out the arena. Got good shadows. Did I have this issue where the bottoms of the rails, they never connect with the shadows? I think that's a general problem people have with shadows in Unity. So far, just the entry point less dreary. Lighten it up a little bit. Check this out down here. I like the shadows, even though they just won't connect perfectly at the bottom. Yeah. Wind door's closed now. Level scripting will open it up once Billy's dead. Yeah, the stark difference in lighting is good too. I like that. getting those weird shadows from light passing through the letter gate here. But I'm okay with these. These aren't too bad. Okay, now I'm thinking about the bonus. Do I need to allow backtrack into this area at least after you get past the wind gate? First, let's take care of the lighting over here. Yeah, that looks better. I felt a little bit bad about not letting the player backtrack, because a likely course of action is they get all the way through the end and they're this player that has to get the bonus. There's going to be this type of player. There's like, I'm not just going to win each level, I'm going to win the bonus too. And I wanted to make it a legitimate way to play the game, where you say on each level, even on the first playthrough, that you just want to get the bonus. So if that's the case, and I don't want to send the player off to meta actions, restarting the level and such, then I should allow backtracking. So let me see how hard that would be to add in. I could put a little stairway coming up over here, let them climb up, and then just drop down into this area again. I'm gonna do that. That's the way to go. Not that hard either. Okay, I get it. So that was actually part of this other thing. Okay. I'm gonna need another work light. Yeah. If you don't mind my asking, where do you live at? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never been to Pennsylvania. But me, I'm just right next to an airport, man. I get like the craziest close-up views of planes. You wouldn't believe it. It looks like 9/11 or something. Like they're gonna crash into my house. It looks that crazy. Oh, is that what the Billy Joel Allentown song is named after? Do you know that song? You have the most desolate song named after your city there. That sums it all up. And the Union people crawl away, 'cause Allentown sucks so bad. Da, 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 da. I'm sorry. It's just funny. You know, like a whole song based on like how bad your town's supposed to be, how tragic it is. Okay. I love that song though. It's like so epic. But I try to let people rip on their own hometowns and not me. I'm sure there's good things about it too. What a miss. What a miss. I'm off somewhere. What's going on there? You are snapped. You are not. Okay, that's what. There we go. Okay. So I want this guy to just give you a nice simple way to drop down. I think right behind this guy. And I can do it in an aesthetic way. That's what I'll do. This isn't too hard. Oops, that's off. Okay, I'll need rails around all this stuff. You get a nice view of this adjoining cities, background stuff as you walk along. Let's extrude this down properly so it looks like something. Down here. Oops, we should have done that different, but oh well. Okay, so then let's throw in a wall. What's that? That's Z fighting. Who's Z fighting? Who's Z fighting? Not on my watch. Oh, okay, cool. That's also wrong. Oh, you... What's going on? Yeah, it's just down one. What happens if I go up one? And this little bit's wrong, but I can fix that. Okay. And I think that's what I want to do. So then rail it off. That'll be pretty close to being layout complete. I'm telling you, it's one of the great ones. If there's any morning that you just don't feel like going to work, you just lay in bed and you sing to yourself, and I won't be getting up today. So I don't think there's any. I don't know of any bad songs written about Seattle. Oh yeah, that's another riff. I just don't know. People understand the darkness of working as a supermarket manager. You'd much rather be the cart boy than you would the the supermarket manager. Yeah. Because when you're a cart boy or a cashier or a cart girl or whatever, your soul's not in it. But when you're the manager with your 45K your job, like you've got all the responsibility and none of the self-respect. A lot of people with drinking problems. The supermarket managers or head cooks, or it's just like the society did not really decide they were going to reward that job that well, but it's still there if you want to chase after it. I'm not saying a bad thing about those people. It's just I've known a few of them and they didn't seem happy. What's going on here? I think something's off. Something's off. Let me get my work light. I can't see anything. Where you at? There you are. Okay. Down low. Okay, that's not... I thought it was Z fighting again. I thought it was overlapping, but I think I'm fine. Alright, back to rails. Back to rails. Okay, this would be rail south, down, east. Let's see. I might need a new prefab for this particular type of rail, just to get all the way up the stairs. Or I might do something else to avoid having to make it. I can wall off the other side. I just don't have a double rail going up the stairs yet. Might be a good idea to wall off the other side anyways, just to make it less distracting for the player at the start of the level. Okay, and up here I can go. Let's see. Yeah, let's just put a wall on this side. So I don't have to double up on the rails and make a new prefab. I just don't want to. It's not worth it for the effect I'm getting here. On the other side, do something similar. Okay, this is south. Right. So what's it? Okay, I've got another part here to rail. What's this? Is that an open area? Yeah, don't let them climb up on there. Okay. Okay, rail southwest. Close this off so they can't walk up onto it. This guy, get rid of him. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I've got my work lights over here. Maybe I'll just convert them to useful lights along these dark stairs. Let's delete one of them. Let's take the other. Soft shadow. So another good thing about the rails is they make a nice thing for the shadow lights to shine through. Oh, there we go. Am I just like underneath the steps? Is that what my light is? Yeah. I always get like kind of cool effects by doing that, by having it on the other side of the normal, but I can't control them well enough. It's worth using that. What's this? Oh, that's the building. Okay. Okay, what happens if they fling? Are they going to be able to fling? No, that'll stop them. Cool. At some point I should make some more diegetic lights. What's an i5? I don't know what that is. That sounds like something I might need. Then I make more enough. Oh, I do have a Windows machine. Are you saying it's just like it's got inconsistent results? Like you go and you put it on there and you get totally different lighting? Sounds like something that you hate, that you've had some pain with. Oh, I see. Kind of a low end thing. So here's what I did. I went to Fred Meyer's on my vacation, and I said, I'm going to buy an unimpressive Windows machine. It'll be brand new, but it'll be unimpressive. And I spent $600 on that machine. And I said, I'll target a mid-range 2020 Windows machine to see if it works okay on that. Now, I've got some play testers, and I said, you know, kind of the same thing for specs, or a gaming machine that was pretty good 5 years ago, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So hopefully I'm not too far off, but there's probably going to be some common hardware that people think is pretty good, but has problems. That's the trouble with the Windows environment, is there's so many configurations and different cards and different, well, there's a few. You know, you got your AMD and your Intel, and then whatever graphic cards they want to put in them. I don't know much about Windows hardware these days. But I'm just trying to be somewhat modest, and I'll take my lumps if a mid-range won't. I'll say I will make corrections of some sort if a mid-range modern Windows PC won't run this well. I don't know what they'll be exactly, but I'll make them. It might be something like lower resolution mode or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, this doesn't look bad. Let me pull this off. So I can walk out through here and test it out. And I think it's kind of like, I got to organize the scene first. And then I run the pre-processing maybe. Oh, forgot about these two. Unpack. Yeah. Man, I'm not really like anti-Windows, but it's just hard for me to move back over to that world. I've gotten so used to Macs and all the little Mac things, you know. I will say I hate like this confederation of software sales pitches that greets me when I install Windows. It's like everybody getting in line to sell me something, and I just want to install Windows and start it up and use it. It takes forever to get through that shit. Mac is quite civilized with it. There's a few things they'll pitch at you, but it's not ridiculous. Okay, that's not bad. It hints there's something there. Well, it's not. It's more than a hint. It tells you there's something there. It tells you there's a way to get back. It's not too distracting. It's very clear you can't do anything with it. At least to a player who's gotten past the other levels preceding it. I don't know about those blooming towers. I think I made kind of a cliched Unity game dev 3D game newbie thing with bloom. I just said, ooh, look, bloom, and I made like huge amounts of bloom all over the place. I did get a little bit tired of it after a while, and I eased off, but I can still see some assets from those days when I was like, ooh, bloom. Okay. The camera going through the building is not great. That can be fixed by just backing the building off a little bit. 1 or 2 meters. Okay, that's protected. I can't get up on that stuff. Good. Ooh, but if I fling this way... No? It's going down the stairs. That's right. How about that? Nope. It's not bad. Yeah, let's back the building off a couple meters. That should do it. Going back this way. Can drop down. No problem. That's not bad. I can just barely see the little sliver of this guy from the corner. I can't see it all from up top. That's pretty good. That's not a bad secret for somebody to find. Okay, is there anything else I want to get fixed? Oh, I can put the God hands in. Yeah, that's what I can do. Okay, this building, we just back it up. Back it up. 1, 2. That's good. That should do it. Do I want to be able to see the top of it from the stairs? I can. I don't think I'll be able to at that angle, anyways. Okay, God hands. That's the fun stuff, actually. Whew. The lights and the shadows, you'll see his hands just kind of creating these massive shadows all over the place. I think that's going to be good. Okay, so if he was talking to Billy, your viewpoint would be kind of like this. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. That's probably a decent starting point for him. I'll get some hand stages in there. So to explain this a little bit, the hand stages are areas that the God hands move to get to their target. And they have a certain amount of guaranteed space inside of them for these hands to rotate and to make gestures. So once I have the voice audio, there's some code which allows me to say certain hand gestures will be performed at different points in the speech. That code's already written, and the stage is larger than the hands, so that there's room for the rotation and the gestures to happen inside of it. So then I get multiple hand stages, and I say we're going to make it so that if a hand stage is closer to the target, the God hands will move to that hand stage instead of the one they're at. So when M goes down over in this direction to chase after Billy, I will have of the God hands just kind of follow along by traveling to these different nodes. They're defined by the hand stages. Now, it's kind of annoying to have God right over the top of you with his big hands blocking the camera view. So I'm going to see, I'll make most of them be just outside of these walls. Alright, that seems fine. Do I have it going through the wall? I do. It's hard to tell with these pure wireframes where they're going to be at. Okay, what about this one? What is that? What is this little thing? Oh. Some kind of gizmo, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind that. That one's maybe a little bit over. Let's move it there. And this last one's important to get right. I'll have to experiment with it a bit. Alright, so what should happen is that the hands will stay in the middle of the arena while you're fiddling around down there. And we'll get some great shadows crossing over everything. We'll have to write some level scripting code to set the target to not to M initially, but to Billy to start with, and then after M drops down here, I'll have the target get set to M instead, and then the hands will chase after her. So the hands will stick down here while M is in the arena. Then when she goes down this route here to get to the dead end and crush Billy, God should follow along. Okay. Something here about gestures. It needs streaming assets gestures. Okay, no problem. Let's just fix that. Oh, evasive, another thing I figured out. So this message here, it does come back in the new upgraded version of Unity. I think it has to do with the Pro Builder window. Actually, that's a theory I'm going to test out right now. I'm not certain about, but it wasn't showing until I brought up Pro Builder, I'm pretty sure. So if I close that, alright, and then if if I click on stuff. I think it's fine. Alright, I'm a little bit excited. A little bit excited to see the God hands move around. First I'll come over and check out the initial view. Oops. Okay, it's not bad. I can tell that the target's not set at all, so they're just staying there without rotating to face me. So I'll have to restart it. Yeah, maybe you get like a... Oh, you know what? My theory was just proven wrong. Because I don't have the Pro Builder up, but I see the error down here at the bottom. So it's not Pro Builder. It was just a theory. Also, it feels like I lost my lighting over here. It's looking dreary again. Yeah, stupid error. Doesn't give you enough information about like what's actually causing it, if there is something like in one of the third-party packages. It's just dumb. Friggin' Unity. They make a closed source black box for us to work with, and then like the error messages aren't good. Okay, it felt like these lights went away. I don't know why. They look good here. They don't look good inside of the game once it starts. Try making them a little brighter, I guess. The hands. If I was starting over from scratch, I mean, I could probably spend half a year and port everything to C++ in Unreal. There's the hands controller. I don't remember where the target was set. That's kind of weird. Oh, that's right. The mesh renderer was that box around the whole thing. Okay, look inside hands. Is there anything here? No. But I don't know. Like, if I was gonna do a port, I might do something like Godot or some kind of thing, which is just some libraries that abstract over the hardware. Where is the place where the target gets set. Hand stage manager, is that what it is? Do I have a hand stage manager? Hand stages. What's that one? No. All right. Yeah, there's a hands mono behavior. It's got a target. Why did I not see it? That's hands controller. There should also be where. All right, let me just see if I just add in hands. Fix this bullshit right now. Base picker 2, man, I know how to fix that. Pro builder, asset packages, down. That was from Unity crashing. It has some leftover files. It's irritating to me. Asset packages, Unity Pro Builder. Okay. Except I forgot where that directory is. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. I haven't checked it out. It's interesting to hear your perspective on it. And I know there are like a lot of like shiny open source projects, and you get to them and you get past all the energy and idealism around them, and it's just like, you guys aren't quite there. That's how I felt when people kept on saying, you should try the GIMP. Try the GIMP. You're gonna like the GIMP. The GIMP is great. And then I go, it's not Photoshop. You guys aren't even close. It's very like there's no product managers involved with the GIMP. It's just a bunch of coders putting it together, stuff like that. Okay, where the hell is this directory? I think. sticker too, Matt. That's one place. That's on the iCloud drive. I'll delete them in both places. We'll check out Krita real quick, see what it is. Oh, okay. It's good, huh? Now, have you also used Photoshop? Just like as a comparison point. You can never go by the sample art either, because people can make awesome stuff with the crappiest tools. But this is nice. It's a nice looking website. That's cool. The wraparound mode thing I like. Oh, we got like a animation workflow too, huh? Yeah. Looks pretty decent. Let me see if I can get the God hands going. Okay, so he went off over there. I think I understand why. Very slow initial settings. I should copy over the settings from the other level, Paradise, apply them to the prefab. Okay. See, he's starting to slowly come over. That's not bad for him to come over like that. If you come to this viewpoint, I want him to be focused on Billy. But actually, what I'll do is in the level scripting, I'll set the target to Billy. And then after you drop down, only after you drop down into the arena, set the target to M. And then I'll track along with her. Yeah. I should really set the speed up better than that, but okay. Shadows I quite like. I think it's good to keep them in the middle, because if he's really annoying you with his obscuring of is obscuring of you. You can just stay out of the middle if you want. And you can still see his friggin' giant shadows going all over the place. So it's ominous. He's definitely a presence, but you can avoid him if it's just kind of irritating. So let's check out the lower area. Is he going to be able to get down here? I should really set the speed up to play test this right. Is he slowly moving over? Is that what's going on? Let's check. Oh, here he comes. He's got the speed so slow. Okay. Oh, there, he's off over here. So let me just move this over a little bit. There we go. Okay, he's close by. So you can see that he's tracking along. He doesn't really need to be right next to M at this point. The key point is in this corner. If I could kind of force him to get right in this area, that would be ideal. Oh, he's going down there. Okay. That's pretty good. Come this way. Does he go further? Okay, I could move that last hand stage just a little bit closer or a little further south. And then he'll be properly imposing himself. All right. So let's save this, go to Paradise, which is sort of his canonical settings are over there in that level. And I'll get them put up in the prefab. Oh, before I do that, let's go back to the hands, remove this, then we'll save that and go over. I think once I'm happy with the hands, I will leave the rest of it for one more session. And that's going to be a scripting session, pretty much. Okay, so hands. What's it? Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, that was the issue. This just has not been added to the prefab yet. I guess. Yeah, let's do that for now. I can add that back in later. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So I can just put this to the player, and take this hand stage down here, bring it a little bit south. Boy, that's got the blue box just right there. Let's pull up. Well, it can go over the top, though. It can go over the top. Anything else that looked weak? Let me just try bringing this in so it actually goes over the top. If I do that, I need to raise this up so it's over the top of that so it doesn't float through the geometry. Okay. Over here. That looks pretty good. Oops. Okay. Just to experiment, I'll try bringing it in closer. I'll see if it gets in the way of navigating through. This I'm real happy with. I don't want to mess with that. So let's leave that. Oh. Now that he's moving faster, he comes out over here. That's alright, the positions don't look bad though. But if, in my level scripting, I'll have him stick in the arena until M actually goes in the arena. Oh, I love it. I love those shadows. Because they still look like hands too from inside. That's good. Okay. He's focused on him. You can still see him out there. Let's see when he jumps over. Awesome. I was afraid he might jump over there early. There he goes. I like it. Yeah, he's definitely hovering. Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's just what I want. What happens when I come out here? So after she drops down in the arena, then God will be targeted to her. So now when she comes back out and backtracks, he can stay down there. That's cool. Then she comes over here, he flits over to the other side. It's okay for him to be down there. Now I'm thinking about what talking God might have to do in certain states. So if he's talking to M, then I want the hands to be close to M while talking. So I'm just thinking about these paths. Do I need anything more? Okay, so I'm thinking about the case where okay, I can't backtrack until after I've killed Billy, because the wind gate is not going to open until Billy's dead. So I don't have to worry about God's dialogue extending for the backtrack. In fact, I might make him just float away after Billy's killed. I could give him a different target. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna end the stream pretty quick here. Just gonna fiddle around with this a little bit more. There are some artifacts, and I just know with Unity's rendering that it's just not worth chasing them down. If I get it close, Blunderton, Mr. WebGL Game Publisher, you're catching me right at the end of my stream. I mean, not to make you feel bad or anything. It's going good. I battled over a few aesthetics and came up with a happy result. The hands of God. And they will follow you around. Go down a certain passageway, and there's meant to support the drama of your introduction to another character named Billy, who's just a ridiculous pain in the ass. The story is God, for whatever his mysterious reasons are, wants you to fight Billy. So you come down here into the arena, and Billy doesn't want to fight, but God keeps saying, no, push him, push Billy, push Billy, push Billy, you must push him. And where's he at? Where'd he go? There he is. So with a little bit of level scripting, after you open this door, Billy will run down these steps trying to get away from you. You chase after him. He's tailing along. You can see his shadow following you around. He's like, push him against the wall, that kind of thing. And Billy's like, no, don't hurt me. And you corner him right here. I'm thinking even like a bit of a cowering animation will be added. And then push him against the wall. He explodes into blue pixels. And God's happy. God leaves. M is confused and full of regret. She didn't realize that simply pushing somebody against a wall in this world would kill them. And furthermore, she doesn't understand what death is in this world. That's a whole different thing for her to discover. It's not permanent. It's painful and strange, but it's not permanent. So that's what this level is about. It's the second story level, interspersed throughout a number of other levels that are more focused on puzzles and solving things. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, so I think that's the end of my stream. Thanks for swinging by. Kind of, but imagine like a boss battle where the boss doesn't end up being anything, at least as a challenge. She can destroy him very easily. You might think at the beginning it's going to be a big friggin' brouhaha, but ends up being more of a illumination of her morality and some comedy around what an incredible wuss Billy is. So it's a bit of a switch. It's played up as like it's going to be a giant battle. Yeah. All right, man. I'm going to take off and get my weekend in gear here. Enjoy yourself. Evasive, if you're still on. Nice talking to you. And Razophone, you probably got tired and went off somewhere. All right. Catch you later. Stopping the stream.